What's up, guys? My name is Pocketcraft, and welcome back to my Hardcore Cobblemon 100 Days Nuzlocke Challenge. I'm super excited to be back with you guys. It has been far too long, so hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully you guys still remember that this is here, what's going on. It'll be a little bit for us to get back into the groove of things. I've been traveling a lot, and so I haven't had the chance to record, but I'm excited to be here. And pretty big announcement, too, that we should mention. Is we did decide to switch to the Sinnoh gym leaders. So we need to go find ourselves a village, meet up with, I forget the name of the character now, but there's a character in the Radical Red mod that will allow us to switch to Sinnoh gym leaders. Took a poll, you guys voted 60-40 that you'd prefer me to go for Sinnoh gym leaders. And I think that'll be a better option overall. They're a little bit easier to beat than the Radical Red ones. And so this will be a better challenge for us. I think we have a higher likelihood of completing it. And there's some suspicious gravel here. And I think I put our brush back home. So we're going to set a waypoint here and just put suspicious gravel. And then we are actually going to go head back to our home base probably. Change our plans a little bit from last episode because we want to get this going. So we'll disable this desert temple for now. And one of the big things that's going to happen with this, there's kind of a couple changes that will go on with us going with the Sinnoh gym leaders. The first of which, one that I'm pretty excited about, is we'll actually have a much more specific team. And thank you, Kat. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in, for your membership, and for the good luck. We're excited to have you here. But the big change that I was mentioning is we'll get to have a more specific team. With the Radical Red version of fighting the Kanto gym leaders, the gyms are so strong that you kind of have to have a personalized team for every single one if you want to win. At least with my skill level, you do. Maybe if you're better, you wouldn't need that. But with the Sinnoh gym leaders, there's a much better opportunity. Ooh, and looks like there's a forest fire here, which isn't good. We will keep our distance because we are still in a hardcore challenge. So if we die, we do die for good. And that would be the end of this challenge, which would be a big bummer. So we're going to get past that fire here, get to a little bit safer ground. But we'll be able to develop an actual team here that we should hopefully be able to carry through with us throughout the series, just like you would in a normal Pokemon game. The gyms in this one are the same as the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so it should be pretty doable. Thank you, Yeet, and that one guy, previously known as that one guy, Cody. Thank you guys for being here. Excited to be back with you all. Let me know if there's anything exciting that's going on in your lives or the past couple weeks, because it's been a while. And it has been hard for me to not be recording videos. I have just been recording some videos. I've been publishing videos that were previously recorded and all in kind of the same format. And so I'm excited now for, now that I'm back, I'll get back into the groove of things and we should have a normal schedule coming. And I even plan, this might be ambitious of me, but I plan to start recording and sending out some TCG Pocket videos along with our normal array of Cobblemon videos. So I don't plan to slow down production on Cobblemon at all. I want to make sure we always have a steady stream of that. That's what most of you guys are interested in, and that's what I feel I do best at as well. But we'll be going for some TCG Pocket as well, which hopefully you guys are excited about. I know we did that vote last time too. Name change sounds better. Awesome. Well, either way, Cody, thanks for being here. Love having you here for the support. Are you guys excited for, how many of you have looked at the Legends ZA trailers, or they just came out with the design for the, forget the name of it here, but for the box, right? The box art for the game. And we'll get some kelp as we're coming through, which is nice. There's a village here. So I want to see if we can immediately switch here to the Sinnoh gym leaders, because I kind of just want to get a jump on that. We're a little bit behind because it's day 41 and we'll be starting over from level 1, but I think it should be pretty easy because we'll beat the first gym leader. That we'll have to catch all new team for the first gym leader or so because our Pokemon will be over leveled. But past that, our Pokemon are kind of at the perfect level where we should be able to not have to train too much. We can put our guys in this PC and then we can just break them out after once we get to like the second or third gym leader. And I think this is the Cobble Dollars guy, so he's not the one we want. If we have a trainer card, we can find our way to one, but I don't have one with me. There's a Happini over there, which is kind of cool. Who's this guy? Nope, Pokemon Trainer Lucas. We don't want him. We may catch this Happini while we're waiting. And if anyone knows the, what's it called? The crafting recipe for a trainer card, please put that in the chat. I totally forgot it, and I can figure it out, but it'd be faster if somebody puts it in there. We can go. You should probably take a break if TCGP takes a toll. Yeah, we'll make sure to keep it even. TCGP will be in the background. Oof, we did just knock out Happini, so that's a bummer. I was hoping to catch one of those, but that's all right. We're going to keep looking around here to see if that trainer spawns. If not, we're just going to craft the trainer card and go look for it so that we can switch. Because I don't see it on the map here. And this is a pretty small village. And I'm hoping that we don't need to find a new village for it to appear since we switched mid-game. I don't think we will, but that's always something to be careful about. So we'll go grab our boat and we go back to the other village while we're waiting here. But I think that'll be exciting. Zephyrs, thank you for being here, said you were never the biggest fan of Megas, but maybe this game will change your mind. Hopefully. I actually, Megas I really liked. I haven't been a big fan of all of what I call like the copycat Megas. Alright, so we had Mega Evolution, but then there were Z moves and Dynamaxing, and all of that I wasn't a huge fan of. I felt like it was kind of just trying to do a different form of Mega Evolution, but it was less cool. But I always liked Mega Evolution. I found it was like a new form for just Pokemon that I was already a fan of. So I liked it, but I definitely understand not liking it, especially with all of the copycats after. But we're almost here to home. And I really need to have a second monitor here where I can look up crafting recipes, because I make videos about all these recipes, but then the only way I remember them is to go back and watch my own videos. So I know I have a video that explains how to craft a trainer card, but I don't have the video memorized or the crafting recipe memorized, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we have our boat with us here, and we have not gathered hardly any Minecraft stuff. So while we're going, I am kind of in a hurry to try and go ahead and start battling these gym leaders, see if we can hopefully beat the champion before day 100. But I do think we also need to do some Minecraft things, because one of our goals is to still beat the Ender Dragon. I think I'm going to try and coordinate that to be after the champion, so that we, in case that dragon kills us, we are still able to beat the champion. But in order to do that, I think it's wise when we come across resources like coal or iron, we should just pick it up until we have a good farm going for a lot of that, which we'll hopefully have soon. Can I use all the Mons in Mega Showdown as well as Pokemon's pack, both add legendary spawns? So all the Mons already actually includes most of the models, if not all, from Pokemon's, so you probably don't need to use both of them. Mega Showdown also borrows some models from Pokemon's. So as far as the compatibility from all the Mons and Mega Showdown, I would have to look into it. I'm not totally sure. If someone has tested that out, let me know. I can test it out as well, because there's a bit of sometimes there can be an issue when there's multiple models combined. I've heard a lot of good things about Mega Showdown. I haven't used it a ton. From what I've seen, there's just not as much documentation. I really like all the Mons. They have a Discord where you can find the spawns for any of their Pokemon, so it makes it a lot easier to find, whereas I haven't found that same documentation for all the Mons for Mega Showdown. It might exist, and I just haven't found it yet, which is totally possible. But in my experience, it's been easier to find information about all the Mons. They've got a really good set of documentation as well as a Discord, which is really helpful. Glad to see you stream with this mod. You've been looking for this all the time. This is a victory using a translator. I can totally understand you. Don't even worry about it. And I'm glad that you were able to find the stream here. That's something that you're looking for. I hope this will be something fun for all of you guys. I'm still new to streaming. I've mainly just done normal recording. But I'm enjoying streaming, working on it, getting equipment to help it go a little bit smoother. So hopefully this is a good process for all you guys. Do you recon? I can make live chat on stream next time. Recon, is that... I'm not sure I know what recon is. If you could explain on that, yeet, and that would be awesome. Alright, we're going to come around here. We're getting close to home. I don't like being out after night, but we do have our bed, so we can just sleep over here. I've been trying my best to not be out at dark, so we just don't give any time for mobs to spawn. And so far that's worked well. We've survived to day 41, which is pretty good, but we still got a while to go. Okay, it's not nighttime yet. I always jump the gun a little bit. I'm gonna go over here. Gotta go to work. See ya, Kat. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. same time. We'll be a lot more consistent about that from now on, which should be awesome. And looks like most of you think I'm gonna lose to 3 gym leaders. Shoot. I'm gonna make a bold move here, and I could be wrong, but I think if we're switching to Sinnoh, I am going to make the statement, make the bet that I don't think I will lose to any of them. That might be a bold move, and I might lose, but I'm going to try not to. Recon equals think. Okay. Yeah. If you die, the Nuzlocke end. Yes. So yeah, it's a hardcore challenge. So if I die, the world just completely goes away. I can't even access it anymore, and the Nuzlocke ends. So if all my Pokemon die, I can still continue with Pokemon in the PC. And we actually, with the Radical Red version, we had gone with the rule that a max of 1 Pokemon can die per battle. I think if we switch to Sinnoh, I might go just to normal Nuzlocke rules, any Pokemon that dies, because it just won't be as difficult. But you guys, I'll maybe do a vote about that and see what you guys think. But if I personally die, then yeah, it's over. So, got to make sure we don't die. It's a little bit stressful there, but so far, so good. Hopefully we don't jinx us with that. And there's been a lot of coal as we've been going, which is awesome. Coal, I think, is one of those materials that I never like to go mining for on my own, but I'm always in need of. And so I feel like I should just grab as much as I can as we're here. And we still have not done a lot of Minecraft things. I don't even think I've finished our base yet, which is a little bit embarrassing. But we'll get to that at some point. Our goal right now, though, is, again, we're going to try and figure out how we're going to get this switching to the Sinnoh gym leaders. I know I need to find a certain villager, and a trainer card can lead me to him. So, again, I don't have the trainer card recipe memorized. I'll try and figure it out. But if somebody in the chat wants to be helpful and could go look at one of my past videos, I have a video about how to battle the Sinnoh gym leaders. If you want to look up there, and the crafting recipe for the trainer card should be in there. And if you could put that in the chat, that would be huge. If not, then we will experience this together and try and figure it out. And we had quite the long road, but we're finally getting back to our base. And the trickiest thing here is going to be that we're going to need to switch out our Pokemon once we get there and try and find some low-level Pokemon that we can use against Roark. But here's our completely unfinished and ugly base. And we are just in time because we're pretty much out of food. So we're going to have to get some more of that. Let's put half of this here. And I'm going to grab some material. I think we put some of our stuff down here. And see if we have anything we can use. Let's put kelp here. We don't need it at the moment. And I don't think we have a lot of food. So we'll have to do more of that. But we do have this. I think the trainer card, it might take redstone. I can't remember everything that it takes. So we're going to see. Hopefully it'll just pop up. But I know you need to have a certain amount of the materials before it will pop up. So let's go here and we're going to search trainer card. And it doesn't come up yet. So I might look here on my phone for a minute and see if I can come up with it. We have all of our Pokemon leveled up to 21, but that's not going to be the level that we're going to be coming across. We should probably put some of these materials down here as well into our Pokemon one, and we're going to organize more of this as time goes by. We also really need to revive these fossils. I want to use Tyrant a lot. 6 pieces of paper, a glass pane. Yeet, you are a homie. Thank you for doing that. I don't think I have paper yet, but that's an easy one to come by. So we're going to go hunting for sugarcane and redstone. Okay, I don't have any redstone, so we're going to have to mine a little bit. But this will definitely be worth it. And we need food anyways, so we may come across some as we go. And usually it's not too difficult near water to find some... Ooh, there's going to be a zombie over here, so we got to be ready. Find some sugar cane, but we'll we'll have to look around. I haven't seen a lot of it. I bet there's some by the lake. I don't think I've planted any yet. I should have, but we'll see. Yeah, there's none down here. And I don't see any off there. There might be some way over there. And so we may have to farm some for a second, but we can do that for sure. Name tag. Okay, it takes a name tag as well. That's a little bit more expensive than I thought. So we'll start going for it. I know that the trainer can also trade you one, but it kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, we need one in general just to help us find the gym leaders more quickly, but it's also helpful just to find the trainer to trade with to switch our game mode. So we'll go over to our home village over here and see if we can find it show up, and then we'll mine some we'll farm some sugarcane as well. But thank you, Yeet. And we still need to catch Tapu Bulu, and we have some quick balls. I'm tempted to try it, but I think we should wait till we level up our Pokemon a little bit more, because at this point, if we don't catch him on the first ball, he will knock out one of our Pokemon almost for sure. So it's probably not worth it yet, but I do want to catch him. We've had this legendary stuck in a boat for pretty much the whole series, and then we now have Tapu Lele as well. Ooh, this is risky, but I think we should be fine. And we're going to get some food out here. And I feel like traveling in Minecraft takes so much longer. We really need to get a flying Pokemon so we can just move around more quickly. And hopefully this villager should appear. I'm a little bit worried that it won't want to in a village that we've already been to with the update, but I think it should work. I'm going to go here. This will take a second, but yeah, it's going to reload. But I think reloading resource packs might do something helpful. What legendary data pack are you using? I think in this one I'm using Pokemons and Mystic Mons. I've since discovered some others. I would recommend all the Mons is my favorite. I think that works a little bit better. It just is simpler and includes a lot more. So that's what I would go for, but Mystic Mons and Pokemons, they both work as well. And we're just going to wander around here and see if with enough time... Trainer Association, that's him. Awesome. Okay, we did find him. That was perfect. I was worried he wouldn't spawn in. I think it just needed enough time. And this is the guy that we need to talk to. We'll right-click him. And Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. That's what we want. Oh, but we do need a trainer card. Okay, we need 4 blue apricorns in order to trade with him, as well as an emerald. So I don't think I have any emeralds with me, but I'm sure we can trade something with one of these villagers to get some. And there's a blue apricorn tree right here. So that'll be awesome. Pharaoh can fly, and Sparrow evolves at level 20. That is a great tip. I'll see if I can find one. I know I've been talking about maybe using a Pidgey as well, just because of classic Pidgeot. It's been a long time since I've used one on a team, and I think it could be fun. So we got 4 of those. Now we just need 1 emerald. Let's see if there's a villager here we can trade with. What I really need to do is probably just set up a fletching table, and that would be easier to go with than any of these guys. But if there's an armor, they usually trade for coal, and I do see one over here. So that can be one for us. I usually don't like to do the coal trade because coal's kind of expensive to mine, but we do have it here. We'll go there, 1 emerald, and now we can trade for a trainer card and then trade that to switch to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. We've got our trainer card, and then boom. Starting a new series. Awesome. That is really exciting. I'm super glad we've done that. And we get to keep our trainer card, which is awesome. So now we need to go for Roark. Now, Roark is a rock type trainer, and I believe the level cap is still the same, where it'll be 14. So we're going to need some lower level Pokemon here that we can use. I think I moved my... Yeah, I did move my PC back to my base. So I don't know exactly if we have many Pokemon under that level. We're going to be careful about Arcanine. That might attack us. Krabby could be a good option. Level 23, though. And so Pokemon do spawn, for those of you who don't know. Thank you so much for your help, Yeet. That was invaluable, so I really appreciate your help. We are going to make sure that we get lower level Pokemon even in our party, or just get rid of all the Pokemon in our party until we catch one. Because for those of you who don't know, Pokemon spawn, their level will be based upon the level of Pokemon in your party. So right now, with the levels we have, we're probably not going to get any Pokemon below the level cap spawning. So we're just going to have to go around and find some lower level one Pokemon from our PC, put them in our party, and then we should find some. We could maybe use a Caterpie is a Pokemon that might spawn at a low enough level. Still one too high. I think the level cap is 15. And so we'll have to do that. I don't remember if I've grabbed some of these berries or not yet. I think I already have. But that is something I want to work on too in a future episode once we get more established and, have normal things like a base. I'd like to go ahead and start building a berry farm because there's a lot of cool things you can do with berries. Level cap is 15 until I beat Roark, and then I think it goes up to like 21 until I beat a Team Galactic person. You can find all of it on the Radical Cobblemon Trainers documentation page. They'll have a list of all these details, and so I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but those are kind of the most important ones. And then after we beat some gym leaders, we can raise that. And so there are a few mobs that are here. I'm going to try and skirt past them. Creeper is the one that I'm most worried about. And so we'll try and get away without having to fight one of those. And our base is so ugly. Once we fight Roark, we may have to really go and fix this. But, okay, we are in night. It is now on the right path, and I think we should be able to make some good progress here. And I realized PC was with me this whole time. We'll place it down for now. And let's see what we have here. So we do have a few Pokemon below level 10. Below the level cap. Cyndaquil is awesome. I do want to use one on our team, but he won't be super useful for the gym. Binnacle could be awesome. Wingull could do really well as well. And we'll need to get all these guys out of our... And I forgot we caught an Axew last episode. That is epic. We are definitely going to have that on our team once we stop this. Cyndaquil will add later. Dreepy, I think, would get destroyed by him. Slackoth could be kind of fun to just throw in the party. And then Rhyhorn, I think, could be a pretty good one as well. It's not the optimal team for taking down Roark, but I honestly think we could get him. Starmie would be awesome. Yeah, we would have to start with a Staryu because Starmie, I think, will be above the level cap. But there is a Poliwag over there, which Ethan has been wanting me to get for a long time. So let's see if it's below the level cap, Ethan, and we might end up actually finally using a Poliwag. But Starmie would be awesome. That would be one of the top Pokemon to have on my team, probably. Starmie is great. Poliwag is too low of a level, unfortunately, so we won't go for him. But we're pretty much already at a high enough level. I might be being a little bit ambitious here, but about how much easier this version will be, but I kind of think we can take Roark even with just these guys. Binnacle has Surf, which I think will sweep through a lot of his team. And so I'm going to put trainer card here and see if we can remember how to use this. Rival leader. Yeah, so level cap is 14. Shoot. Okay, so we are going to have to actually get rid of Binnacle and Wingull, which is going to slow us down. So we're going to put these guys back in the PC, which means we're going to have to heal our other guys. And we do not have a lot of options then, so we're going to have to go find some new Pokemon, because these two are not the most powerful in the world. They'll be alright, but we won't be able to take Roark with just them. So we are unfortunately going to have to go back to the village to heal, because I don't have any healing items with me, which I do need to fix. And let me see what level this Turtwig is that we put in the boat. If we could use that, that would be pretty awesome as well. And so now that our party is lower level, though, we should start running into lower level Pokemon, and that'll make things easier. Are you going to make an iron farm? Yes, I definitely plan to. Ooh, both of these would be epic. Okay, I'm actually going to grab my other Pokemon because I forgot. I can use my Pokemon to catch ones. Ooh, that was close. Good thing there was water there. Oh, that could have killed us. That's scary. So, since those Pokemon are a boat, their level won't change. And so I can go catch both of them using my other Pokemon that are higher level, and then I can switch them back out so that we can try and get some other ones. But honestly, with a Krabby and Turtwig, I think I could probably take Roark. And I keep seeming to forget that the PC is with me, so I don't need to keep running back here. Let's grab Gyarados. Might knock him out. Pachirisu is really good for catching. And we'll put Grotto in our party as well. That's probably enough to catch these two. And once we get them, I think we'll be pretty set for Roark. But yeah, definitely plan to make an iron farm. It'll be a little bit down the road, but that'll be an important one that I think will help us a lot. And actually, I have 2 iron farm tutorials on my channel now, and one of them I think, so I've done one that's more of a traditional iron farm, which I might end up doing, but that one takes a little bit more work to start. But with the new pasture collector mod, I've posted a couple mod farms on my channel that you can check out. And one of them is for iron that works super well, and it's a really early game farm that I could probably build. I don't think I have the right Pokemon yet, but I could probably build pretty soon. So I might end up doing that quickly, and I do think I'm going to do it to make a relic card coin farm, because we have a shiny Gimme Ghoul that I would love to evolve into Golden Go. And so that's definitely going to be on the docket. But we did just catch 2 new Pokemon that are going to be huge. We got Turtwig and Krabby. These will probably be our go-tos for taking down Roark. I think with these 2 alone, and then we'll just have those other guys in the back, we should be able to take it. We now have 2, we have these 2 Turtwigs, which we can get some cool forms out of, but we'll only probably use 1 on our team. But I do think Shiny Grotto is going to be on our team long term, and I don't know, we have so many different grass starters that it could be fun. What about a Shulker farm and Skull farm for Master Balls? That would be awesome. I definitely would love to do that. That will probably be more of a, like, later on in the series thing. If we do a 200 days challenge or something, that will end up doing that. Just because the amount of time it'll take, we probably won't be able to do that in a 100 days challenge. But I would really like to do that, yeah. I think that would be awesome to get a Master Ball farm, then we could just catch anything. But that would definitely take some work. Let's see what kind of moves we have here. We don't have Leech Seed, unfortunately. Krabby has Water Gun, which probably does more than Bubble. Let's see, yeah. And is Krabby more of a physical attacker than a special? He is. So Bubble is a special move as well. Yeah. Vice Grip, though, would be pretty sweet. We'll teach him that. And I think they're going to be a pretty good set. We'll start leveling them up as we go to heal ourselves. There's a Krabby right here, which is level 16. And actually, I keep making silly choices. While we're here, we can just use Switch Train with Gyarados. Will probably get us leveled up pretty quickly. So let's just find a Pokemon here. For example, this Krabby, level 18. We'll send out our Turtwig, and then we'll just switch into Gyarados and let Gyarados sweep. Can you catch a Staryu? That's definitely going to be a goal. If I see one on the map, I'll catch one. I think that would be an awesome Pokemon to use on the team. Shout out as well, we're currently at 6 channel members. If we reach 10, then we're going to go ahead and do another Wheel of Doom spin, which is a lot of fun. You can look down in the description of this video what happens there. But there's a lot of different crazy things that can happen to spice up the series. As well, it's an awesome way to support the channel. It means a lot to me. Of course, if you can't, it's totally fine. But for those of you who can, that would be huge. And you get some awesome perks as well. You can get some Pokemon named after you. And it's a lot of fun. And you join a pretty exclusive and fun community. You get a little bit more involved in videos. So we're going to switch here. We're going to get all of our guys leveled up. But thank you to all of you who are tuning in. Whether you're a channel member or not, I really appreciate the support on the videos and on the streams. Like I said, I'm new to streaming, but it's been a lot of fun. I think it's really fun to go along with my tutorials, which are the main parts of my videos. And so I like doing it, and I love having you guys here. So this strategy seems to be working pretty well to level up our Pokemon. And so we're just going to keep going with it. And we should get our guys up to the level cap of 14 pretty quickly. And then I think we can hopefully, we've got about 30 minutes left on stream today. I think there's a great chance we could take on Roark and beat him before the end of the episode, which will get us almost pretty close caught up to where we were in the other series in one episode and what took us several episodes. And what level is this? Crawballer 15. That should be pretty good. And I love this now. We can train so much more quickly with this strategy of switch training. And so it's pretty nice. And Dragon Rage is just such an OP move at this low level. It takes down pretty much everyone without too much of a risk. And we'll have to do a vote here come pretty soon. Now that I think we're going to do a more normal style team, rather than switching our team with every gym, we'll have to see who we're going to use. I mean, I think we're going to want Gyarados for sure, as well as our shiny Gimme Ghoul. We're going to want to get to shiny Golden Go. We'll probably want our shiny Teddy Ursa to get into shiny Ursaring. So I don't know, there's a lot of really cool Pokemon that we have. And so this is going to be a little bit difficult to try and decide who to have on our team. Axew is awesome. Crabrawler is also good fighting type. Yeah, Crabrawler is awesome. I'm actually pretty bummed. For those of you who were here earlier in the season, we had a Crabrawler on our team, but it did die. And so we lost that on the Nuzlocke challenge. But we could probably catch another one and use it again, which would be pretty cool. I do think that's a pretty awesome Pokemon to have on the team. What's your favorite Pokemon, Yeet, and everybody else who's watching? Love to hear what your top favorite Pokemon is. Are perfect IVs available via breeding? Yeah, so I think they are. It's pretty dang hard. So you can do it. Just the chances are pretty low. All right, and I think with the Cobb breeding mod, which is the one I typically recommend, the stats. Oh, actually, this is a bad idea. We're not gonna do Binnacle. He probably has a rock move that might be able to take out Gyarados. So we're gonna be careful about that. This is an easier challenge, but I still want to make sure we keep our Pokemon alive. Especially Gyarados. He's one of my favorites that I'd love to use. So yeah, it is possible to get the perfect IVs user, but it is just really difficult. But that's something we might go for a little bit here with the Cobb breeding mod. I think that could be a fun thing to try and grow some eggs. Gengar is all-time favorite. Gengar is a pretty sweet choice. I'm a big fan of it. In Pokemon Go, Gengar is one of my favorite Pokemon to use. Cryogonal is my favorite. That's pretty awesome, Yeet. I don't know if I've ever met someone who Cryogonal was their favorite Pokemon, but that is a really cool choice. And now my storage is full. That's why I didn't pick that up. So we're going to go in here and rest for the day. We've got Rhyhorn up to the level cap. We just got to get Slack off now. And then I think with those four, we'll go head in the right direction and see if we can take on Roark. And let's just empty out our package. I can't remember the name for it somehow. Sorry guys, I had a brain fart there. We got to empty out our inventory here. We'll keep eating apples. Hopefully we can get leftovers from there, which is one of the best items to have. We'll put our golden iron in here for now. I don't think that we really need it at the moment, as well as our extra coal. And I think after this little start, I do want to start building up more with our villagers. I think I'd like to get some trading going. I think that would be really useful in the long run. Something that we could definitely do to ramp up our items and get things going more quickly. And I think that's probably good enough for now. We do have 2 boats with us, which isn't necessary, so we'll put one there. And I don't think we need our copper anymore. And we will at some point finish in here and make things more organized. We also need to make sure our farm gets going, or we are going to starve pretty soon. We're running low on food. But luckily, knocking out Pokemon does provide some. And let's look here if Pidgey is the one. I think that'll get us to the right level cap. Slack Off, I think, is just a fun Pokemon. I don't think we'll use it long term because its ability is pretty annoying. But I think it could work for this first game. My favorite Pokemon, it's really hard for me to choose. I do really like Gyarados, actually. Is probably one of my top 10. Same with all the Kanto starters. Bulbasaur and Squirtle especially I'm a big fan of. But I also really do like Eevee and Umbreon. So picking a favorite's pretty hard, but Gyarados may be my number 1. I'm a pretty big Gyarados fan. Do you have a mod where you can get leftovers from eating apples? So actually, fun fact for those of you who don't know, in vanilla Cobblemon, you can get leftovers from eating apples. It's a pretty low chance, so it doesn't happen very often, but it is possible, and so that's just part of vanilla Cobblemon. It's like a 0.005 chance or something like that, but you can actually increase it in the config file if you want, and I have tutorials on how to do that if you're interested in that. But let's look at the trainer card here and see if it points me in the direction of Roark, if he has spawned in yet or not. So we're going to click here to leader, Pokemon trainer Roark. This is him, and yeah, doesn't point us in the direction, but I think he's probably going to be like Brock. And if we go over to that mountain biome, there's a good chance one might spawn. I'm going to pick up these chicken that is down here because we do need some more food, and so every little bit counts. We'll grab that. I'm a little bit nervous only going in with 4 Pokemon, but I think it is doable. We'll see what levels these guys are all at. They're too high for us to catch. And I think we can do it. I feel pretty confident between Krabby and Turtwig. I think we could do pretty well. It's too bad. Does Turtwig not have... We leveled up a little bit. He still doesn't have Leech Seed, which is a bummer. Leech Seed is huge for battles like this. You can take down people pretty quickly. But I'm feeling pretty confident. I feel like we can take down Roark with these guys. And let me look at what Rhyhorn has here. He does have Bulldoze, which is going to be pretty good against some of the Rock-type Pokemon. Slackoth is probably not the best option, but I think it's a fun one to have. If we come across another Water-type Pokemon or Grass that's low level, we will pick it up, and there's one right there. And that'll make me feel more comfortable, I think. With Wingull as well, I think we should be able to take it. Hopefully get it with the Quick Ball so we don't have to take it down any other way. But we are almost halfway to 100 days. Yeah, it's going by pretty quick, but don't worry. I think there's a good chance with this 100-day series that we will go longer. If we don't die, we may end up going... Okay, so level 15... I thought level 14 was the level cap, but Turtwig just leveled up, so must not be. It said here with the leader that the level cap goes from 14 to 16. Maybe that's just the levels that he spawns in. You can have it all the way up to 16. I definitely thought it was just straight 14 was where you could go, but I don't mind having Pokemon a little bit higher level. But yeah, I think as long as we don't die, there's a chance we could go past 100 days, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. I think we'll go until either we die or we accomplish all our goals, whichever happens first. But once we hit 100 days, I'll probably make a recap video and post that on the channel, and then we'll do the same thing if we reach 200 days and so on. As long as you guys keep enjoying it, I think I'll keep making the videos for you. Gyarados is definitely in top 10, a solid Mon, easy to get. I agree. Yeah, you can catch him in pretty much any game. He's super powerful, fun to use, and so I'm a big fan. While we're here, I do really like Lillipup as a Pokemon. I think it's cute, and I think it'd be a fun one to have. I don't know that we'll use it a ton, but I like catching new Pokemon. It's at a low level. We can probably get it over Quick Ball, and it might make me feel a little bit better going into Roark if we just have a couple backup Pokemon. Because it is a Nuzlocke, so we could get it. 16 is the level cap. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Yeet. Maybe I should level up a little bit more then while we're here near the village. And so I think I'll go for that as we find some Pokemon. As we're just waiting for Roark to spawn, we'll take a few Pokemon down. But I do feel like even with the levels we're at, we can take Roark. And let's see if I eat my words. Excuse me. Because I did struggle with Brock, but I think Roark will be a lot easier. Staryu learns Minimize at level 16. That would be pretty sweet. I would love to have a Staryu. I don't know that one spawns in here. Staryu's a pretty rare Pokemon to find in Cobblemon in my experience. But if I come across one, I definitely would love to use it. And so let's see here. I don't think there's any Pokemon we need to fight before Roark. I'm pretty sure it just starts with him. But yeah. Let's see. Leaders are there. I'm pretty sure Roark's the first one. So we're just going to go for it. Wait for him to spawn in. And we should hopefully find one pretty soon. It is raining, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Yeah, Minimize is pretty OP. I do like moves like that can make it harder for your opponent to attack you. I think Roark is going to be like Brock, I'm just guessing, and spawn more near mountain biomes. So there's a small little mountain biome here, which is where we found Brock every time. So we're going to go over here, and hopefully Roark will spawn in as well, and we can battle him. And I think we should be able to defeat him before the end of the episode pretty easily. And so we'll just hang out here. If there's any cool Pokemon, we can catch them. Or I guess we can train as well. Geodude would be a good Pokemon to train with. And we'll just be careful. I don't want to... You can like drown in ice almost in this game. And so you got to be a little bit careful about that. That is a high level Geodude. I worry a little bit about what it might be able to do. But we might just try it. This will be a good test. If we can take down this Geodude, we'll be fine. And so we should be careful. We don't want to lose Turtwig. He's going to be our best bet against the gym leader. But I think, let's see how much Smackdown does. Does do a lot, but relatively speaking, I think we have the upper hand here. And so, yeah, if we can take down a level 18 Geodude, I think we got Roark, no problem. And so that should get Turtwig. Okay, Turtwig didn't get any experience there, so the level cap must be 15. Super random. The way it showed in the trainer card there was a little bit confusing, but that's got to be it. Grotto learns Leech Seed at level 32. I think it can learn it a little easier. My other Grotto at level 21 has Leech Seed, which is nice, but we'll hopefully be able to get that on here soon. And we'll switch to the other Grotto probably as soon as we beat this gym leader. Depends what our level cap goes up to. I can't remember exactly after we beat Roark, because I think we have to fight like Commander Mars or possibly our rival before we're able to fight the second gym leader, which I think is Gardenia in Generation 4. Ooh, and we get... Okay, this is awesome. What do we want here? Shockwave's a pretty good move, but Water Pulse I think will be the best TM we could get before the gym here. We're going to teach this to Krabby, which he should be able to learn Water Pulse now, which will be a super powerful move. And that's going to, between that and Mud Shot, I think we got this gym pretty easily. There's a Gloom here, which is cool. Pokemon Trainer Cedric. So no Roark yet, but I do anticipate him hopefully coming in here soon. And I don't think it's technically nighttime yet, so we'll wait a little bit longer. But I would like to heal up my Pokemon in case Roark spawns in. And so, let's see here. It is getting nighttime, which will actually probably heal up my Pokemon enough that I don't even need to use the healing machine. But I guess not, and so we'll go heal as well, because I can't remember if the bed replenishes PP. It might not, and so going into the gym battle, we may want them healed just in case. And then it should be nighttime now, so we can sleep, and we'll go for it. I don't know how you got it at level 22. The website says Turtwig learns it at 29. I'm not sure. Cobblemon might have different moveset pools than some of the vanilla Pokemon. I don't know all of that perfectly, but I do know that my Grotto here does have it. I'm also going to steal some crops from the village here to get my farm going a little better. I'll leave some here because I do want to make sure the villagers have food so they can continue to repopulate, because that is one of the necessary things for them. But that should be enough for me to get our farm going. There's a Ditto, which is huge, actually. We're going to go catch that Ditto, because that will be awesome if we ever want to do breeding. Is this Roark? Okay, one of the only bummer thing about switching to the Sinnoh gym leaders is they don't yet, at least I haven't found, any texture packs for them yet. With the Kanto ones, it's been on there for a while, so it does have a texture pack, but it doesn't yet for the Kanto one, for the Sinnoh one. And so they are going to have kind of those derpy models. We won't get Roark and Cynthia and all of them looking like their normal selves, but it should still be pretty fun. Okay, Ditto did transform, which is unfortunate because I just taught Krabby a pretty good move. So we'll switch into Turtwig here. Interesting. So at the Cobblemon website it says that. Then I don't know how I learned Leech Seed, but maybe I'm mistaken. But I thought my Grotto had it, but I could be wrong. We'll use Razor Leaf here. Hopefully it doesn't knock it out. And then I can't remember what other Pokeballs I have. Not many. So this might be a little bit difficult. Do I have any moves that... Let's see if Tackle doesn't knock it out. Hopefully it doesn't. Keep an eye out for Pidgey or Sparrow. Good call. We do want one of those so we can start flying around. I could technically change the config so that we're flying around on anything. But I'd rather have it be an actual flying Pokemon. And... Oh, he broke out. Okay, we almost had him there. But I also kind of am just trying to clear out all the Pokeballs in my inventory. I have a bunch of random ones. And so it'll be nice to get some of this cleared out a little bit. And do we catch him now? Awesome. Let's go. There we go. We just caught a Ditto. So that opens up breeding to us of any Pokemon we want, which will be pretty sweet. And now we just still got to go on the hunt for Roark. Hopefully he comes soon. I'm not sure why in the bottom right corner there it's just showing like the last move I used, which is a little bit weird, but I kind of want to battle one of these trainers just to do something here while we're waiting. I don't know if that'll make Roark spawn any faster or not. But let's work on leveling up Wingle here probably while we're waiting. And let's see. We'll go back in the same direction. I don't want to go too far from the healing machine, but I do think we just have a better chance of him spawning somewhere else. And I'm worried about battling one of these trainers. I don't know if they've been reset, but we'll just do it. And if they're a high level, then we can... okay, yeah, we're good. I didn't know if they would be a higher level from the other challenge that I did with the Radical Red Kanto trainers. So luckily they aren't. We could have forfeited if they were, you know, like level 30 or something. But we're fine. They're normal levels for our Pokemon. Actually, probably a little bit lower than I would have liked. But hoping maybe if I start defeating some trainers, that maybe Roark will spawn in. For some reason, it can always be a little bit difficult to find the trainer you're looking for. Sometimes they just don't want to spawn. I don't know if it's because we don't have enough Pokemon at the level cap, but I feel like usually at this point we're close enough that they would spawn in. So we'll just keep going around, and if we find anything to fight, we will. Tailo, we could fly on a I don't know if Swellow actually flies in this mod. We'll go up here, and I do think this is going to be our best spot for Roark. Hopefully he comes in. And I wish the trainer card would just like let you spawn him in. I know there is a way you can spawn in, but you have to craft an item that can be a little bit tricky to craft. Okay, our rival is who we're probably going to fight after Gardenia, which is good to know. And so Roark, I think, is definitely the first one we got to fight. And it doesn't say anything about his biome, unfortunately. Unless actually, let me see, I've never actually played with, and I keep going past it, this here. If we go to the right, okay, biomes, it does have the biome here. So we may have been in the wrong biomes for him to spawn. So Stony Peaks, Snowy Slopes, Meadow, Lush Cave, Jagged, Frozen Peaks, Dripstone Cave. Okay, so yeah, I just think we haven't been in the right biome, which is why it hasn't come. The Mega Showdown, all the mods is the same as the regular one, so the data and info is the same, so I would definitely recommend Mega Showdown. Oh, good to know. Thank you, Luis. So I didn't realize that. So Mega Showdown uses the mods, all the mods. That's huge. That definitely makes it easier to use that. In that case, yeah, I would definitely recommend Mega Showdown over all the mods if it incorporates it. No worries for coming late. Ethan, glad you're here. We have an exciting episode coming. We have switched over. We're just hunting down Roark now. And we just need to get to the right biome for him to spawn in. Let's see. We're going to F3 here, see what biome this is. This is Frozen Peaks, which I am pretty sure it said was one of his biomes. We'll double check, but I remember that being one. And yeah, Frozen Peaks. So Roark should be able to spawn in here. We got to be careful that we don't drown in, or freeze, I think is probably the technical Minecraft word, but it always seems like you're drowning in here. But hopefully he should spawn in if we're in here long enough. I don't want to go too deep. But we're going to go around because we do need him to spawn. Oop. Okay, it's happening. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. That was a little bit scary. Woo. Oh, that was close. I called it. Yeah, I think we're going to go somewhere safer to try and find Roark. I do not want to die here and end the series. That would be a huge bummer. Okay, we got out of there. Let's go over here and just see if we can find the right area. We'll just go across into biomes until Roark spawns in. And eventually he should show up. There are plenty of biomes that he spawns in, so we don't need to do Frozen Peaks only. And I think that's probably one of the more dangerous ones to be looking in. There's also a Gimmighoul Tower here, so we might as well loot it. And I don't think this will be a biome that he spawns in, but we can look anyways. Let's see here what biome we're in. I think this is just going to be plains. So yeah, it won't spawn here. But I think, is this the Gimmighoul Tower we visited? I don't think it is. We'll go on in here and see what's going on. See if we can find anything good. Yeah, we haven't gone in here yet. Actually, we'll wait. I'm going to mark this, but we're running out of time in the episode here, so I do just want to find Roark. Yeah, so we are looking for Roark, Luis. He's going to be the next gym leader that we need to fight. And so I want to hopefully do it before this episode ends. If not, then we'll be able to start off next episode. We are ready to beat him. I might just skirt this Frozen Peaks biome and see if he spawns in on the edge. We have Dawn here, but that's not who we're looking for. Roark is the man we want. So I think we'll go around in a circle here, and then if not, I do think I may have found a Cherry Grove biome earlier and bookmarked it. I'm trying to remember all the biomes I've visited, but I'm sure there's one we visited that's on his list, and so we can go ahead and find him. And come on, Roark. We'll cross through here. And I wonder if I'm just in this snow here, is it frozen? This is snowy slopes, so he can't even spawn here. So we're just going to go back the other direction. And I think by our base might actually be a place he can spawn. I think Windswept Gravelly Plains or something was one of the ones that it said Roark can spawn in. And I bet that's... There he is, Gym Leader Roark. Okay, perfect. We've got about 7 minutes left in the spawn in this live stream here. And so we are going to start this battle with Roark. We might make it a distance battle so I don't die here. Let's grab some cobblestone and just make a little bit of a platform because I do get a little bit nervous about the ice. And let's start the battle and then go over. Okay. This should be a pretty simple one, I think. He's got, starting with Geodude, and I think our Turtwig is down in the snow, drowning, unfortunately, or right below us. Okay, never mind. So Geodude should be pretty easy to beat. Did we miss? Oh, I think we missed. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so we did miss with Razor Leaf. This one should take it. I mean, it probably has... oh, interesting. He switched into Cranidos, which I actually prefer. I think that was probably a bad idea because... I bet Geodude has Sturdy, and Cranidos can do a lot more damage, so that kind of gave us a free KO on Cranidos. There was a bird. I did notice there was Rookie D there, so we may go and catch that after. And he goes last with Onyx and Stealth Rock, which is kind of a silly move. And so I think this is going to be a pretty easy dub for us. Yeah, I think the gym leaders won't be as difficult here. As we get to the later ones, it'll be hard. I mean, the champion is still Cynthia, which is like the hardest champion in the game. So that'll still be difficult, but we did just take down the first gym leader, which is awesome. I mean, it's already day 45. I know we already beat a different gym leader, but this is now the first gym leader, and we're going to go ahead with this series here. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot more fun with this series. It'll be a lot less going back and having to start over with whole new teams, and I think it'll be more enjoyable for all of us. I also think it's enjoyable. We'll be able to have a just normal team that we use. And the reason I really like that is a lot of it has to do with channel members as well. You know, if you guys are a channel member and you decide to pick up a Pokemon that you want to be named after you, I can try and carry it with me throughout the whole season rather than just having to switch it constantly for gyms. And so I think this is going to be a fun thing for all of you guys. Help make this series a little bit more interactive. It is nighttime though, so we do need to sleep so that nothing comes in and attacks us. Got the gym easy. That was awesome. And we're ready for the next one. So I do think the trainer card shows us who our next challenger is. I think the next person we have to fight is going to be a Team Galactic person. Or maybe not. Maybe it's our rival. It usually shows you in like little swirly letters, right? So our rival, it wants us to beat Gardenia first. And our level cap right now is 16, it says. So there's got to be someone we need to fight. And I thought it was Team Galactic. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll just start fighting people we see then and see what happens. There is a Trainer Dawn over here, so we might just fight that. I doubt that's our rival, but in the games it is. So maybe this is our rival. And I think it might be, actually. So this may be the battle we were supposed to have first anyways. There's a Piplup here, which is awesome. That's weak to us, so we can take down Piplup pretty easily. And we'll see if anything unlocks after we take down Dawn. That is the one bummer, is there's no texture pack for this. If anyone finds one, that would be huge. I think that would be really nice. Okay, we took down that, and she gave us some Roseate balls, which is pretty sweet. I think we're just going to start fighting trainers as we see them until we get to where we need to be. The level cap is going to be something that we'll have to work on. getting back up, but we're almost back up to where we need to be. And so one thing I do want to craft here pretty soon is a pasture block and a pasture bin. Then we can start doing some of the farms that I've shown, hadn't shown videos about. But the main reason I want to do that is because I want to build a relic coin farm, because with a relic coin farm, we can get enough relic coins to evolve our shiny Gimmighoul into shiny Golden Go, which I think would be huge. I don't know if you can ride Corviknight without changing the values. I'm not sure you can either. I grabbed him because I thought Corviknight would be a strong Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know if you can fly on him. But there is a Pidgey right here. We could check him out. Ideally, we'd get Charizard or Aerodactyl. But Pidgey works too, at least for the beginning. And so we'll throw a quick ball at this Pidgey. I think that would be a fun Pokemon to have. I haven't used Pidgey in Cobblemon at all, but he's kind of the classic starter bird Pokemon, and so I think it would be fun to have one on our team. And speaking of our team right now, I don't know that I want all of these with us for now. We are going to switch some up once we get back to our normal Pokemon that we leveled up and we get a high enough level cap to use some of our shiny Pokemon. Because we could use Gimmighoul. I don't want to use him yet until he's a little bit safer. We do want Axew on our team, but again, he's out of the level cap for now. So I think I'll switch Pidgey with Wingull for now, and let's put Cyndaquil on our team as well. So we'll switch Cyndaquil with Slackoth probably for now, and that'll be a good team to start with, and then we'll change it as we get back up to our higher level Pokemon. But I'm pretty excited. We have a ton of starter Pokemon. That's going to be one of the hardest decisions on which ones to use, because we literally have like half of the grass starters, I feel like, in the game. But I don't want to use that many grass Pokemon on our team. So we have the shiny Grottle, so that'll probably be the one we use. It fits pretty well too, because we are doing the Sinnoh gym leaders. But and we do have Decidueye though, which would be pretty sweet. If we could get it to Hisuian Decidueye, I might be able to justify using 2 grass types, because they'll have the dual typing as well. Ooh, Riolu. No way. Okay, well that guy's definitely going to be on our team. Let's go catch this Riolu. There's Rufflet as well, which could give us a Braviary. Okay, Riolu's level 19, which is a little high. We won't be able to use it on our team yet, but that's definitely one I would love to use future. If we could have a Lucario on the team, as well as a Haxorus, I think that would be sweet. Oh, okay, we almost got him. This is going to be a little bit scary now. He is a higher level than us, and so we've got to be careful here. I don't want to knock it out, and I also don't want him to knock us out, because this is still a Nuzlocke challenge, so if he takes us out, we are going to lose our Pokemon. Mudshot might do more. Hopefully it doesn't KO him. It should be super effective, because I think he's Steel typing, or I'm not sure. He might only become a Steel type when he evolves into Lucario, so that may not work yet. We'll get him lower. We just have to be careful not to get him confused and knock himself out. That would be pretty bad. Okay, how much damage did that do? That might have been a little too much. I might switch to Turtwig here. On Absorb, I think, to hopefully not take it out. I'm a little bit scared here, but I think Absorb is safe. Let's see what happens. Okay, we use Absorb. Doesn't knock it out. He did do a lot of damage to us, though, and I think he just raised his attack. So we should switch. I don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose our Pidgey that we just caught, but it's a simple enough one that I'd be willing to stack a Pidgey for Riolu. And I'm also hoping if he uses a fighting move, it shouldn't be much from Pidgey. Okay, he used Work Up again. This is kind of our chance. Come on, Riolu. Get in the ball. Get in the ball. One shake. Oh, shoot, he came out. Okay, we really need to be able to put him to sleep or something. But I just put Slackoth in the PC, and he's my one Pokemon at this level that has a move that can get him in to sleep. Okay, we keep hitting Pidgey on accident. So we're just going to have to get lucky here with balls. Worst case scenario, we could put it in a boat and come back. But I think, yes! Hey, we just got a Lucario. That is awesome. I definitely wanted one of those guys on our team. Lucario is one of the coolest Pokemon of all time, and so that's going to be huge. I'm on our team. I also really like Braviary, and so we're kind of going on a catching spree here, but I think it's worth it. We've come into some pretty cool Pokemon. It's going to be hard to choose who's on our final team, But that's super exciting about Lucario. Hopefully we can get a Rufflet as well. And there we go. All right, we have caught some awesome Pokemon so far. I'm super excited. It is 7 o'clock my time, and so that it does mean we're going to end the stream for now. But it's been a lot of fun coming back with you guys. I'm super excited. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. And we'll be back next Tuesday at this same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time.